Thanks for that, Krissy Vann joining you. And when we look across the country, well, we're seeing snow, rain, a lot of messy weather to commence the long weekend. Temperatures still cooler in the west, but Toronto, you got to 18 degrees on Thursday, the well-deserved warm-up with those warmer temperatures. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's not here to stay. We get another mild day Friday, coming with rain really starting to peak through the afternoon, 10 to 15 millimeters. We could see some convective activity, best chance through Windsor, but for the most part, those heavy downpours, any thunderstorms, they'll stick to stateside. Looking back at Thursday, though, so mild. It was great. Windsor, Ontario, 14 degrees, 12 in London, 8 in Kingston. And then to the north, a much different picture. We have a lot of cooler air sitting in northwestern Ontario as well. In northern Quebec, we are seeing that snowfall with 5 to 10 centimeters. And we have this snow moving in ahead of the warm front. So in northern Quebec, some heavier amounts, a trace through PEI, and then western shores of Newfoundland through Friday. We will see that snow pick up. In the Avalon, it'll be more of a transition with your temperature. And speaking of temperatures, here they are for your Friday, 8 in Calgary, 10 in Toronto. Coming up, we will have your national forecast. There you go. Thanks, Chris, for those weather tells. Krissy Vann joining you, and across the country, not ideal for all that are traveling this long weekend. Wet along the coast of BC, this trough causing some instability through the prairies, and then we have this big low pressure system impacting Ontario, Quebec, right in through our maritime provinces. Friday temperatures, well, we're still cool in the west. Edmonton, 6 degrees. Look at this, -2 in Winnipeg. See that cold air just sinking from the north to the south, and that 10 degrees in Toronto. I know from Red Deer heading down through Lethbridge, we saw some convective activity. And then you look at periods of snow right after that. Friday afternoon, 9 in Nanaimo, 8 in Calgary, 6 in the city of Edmonton, and it's quite soggy on the coast. I mean, you can see in the north central coast, 30 to 60 millimeters of rain. And in the Georgia Strait, not only are we going to see that wet weather, but some very gusty winds. We are potentially seeing the best skiing in Whistler, though, of the season. Just keep in mind that we do have that considerable avalanche risk with the unstable snowpack. But there will be fresh powder for you in Whistler. We will have more details on your weather story. Krissy Vann joining you. And of course, the long weekend has started for many. So we want to know what your plans are, rain or snow. Well, we're seeing both across the country. And then we'll be talking about some epic Easter egg hunts. And speaking of which, well, we travel to Milton, Ontario, where I think the epic situation here is the fact that through February, the extreme cold was so well deserved. And of course, an adorable pink Easter bunny there. Super cute. Now, we want to see your plans throughout the Easter weekend. I put out the call to action here, and you can see that I've already gotten the festivities started. I painted these eggs last night, so get cracking. And of course, on the weathernetwork.com, we have so many great articles, and Katie Jones, one of our writers here, has actually composed the epic Easter egg hunts from around the globe. And they actually had to conduct their Easter egg hunt with more than 100 centimeters of snow on the ground. An unfortunate reality, but let's face it, we've been seeing storm after storm through eastern Canada, so it's been difficult to get through for many. Winter doesn't seem to be ending, but it is that way throughout many parts of the country. Through Friday, we're actually seeing another push of rain in southern Ontario. So showers continue overnight. This picks up through the afternoon, 10 to 15 millimeters, and locally higher in thunderstorms. But you'll see that will most likely occur stateside. Heading through Thursday, well, the temperatures were finally mild. Look at that. St. Catharines got to 19 degrees. Did you enjoy it? It's short-lived. And watch what's happening in the north part of Ontario into Quebec. We're actually seeing a push of snowfall through the overnight into the morning, 5 to 10 centimeters for you as well. Some trace snow amounts in western shores of Newfoundland as well, getting into some heavier snowfall. We'll have your local forecast details coming up on the 10s.